Right now, we are coming off of our second technical timeout where CSB takes the lead. Now, the CSB Lady Blazers are pretty much intact from their last championship. However, it is not as simple as it seems. As head coach Jerry explains, their program is not as big as the other teams they are going up against in this league. But with the pandemic affecting everyone in the volleyball circle, sabi nga niya, lahat ng tao ay sabik makapaglaro and he still considers the playing field pretty much even. While they consider this a preparation league, they do aim to keep their competitiveness and claim every win they could and of course learn as much as they can. Lawrence and Coach Mark?
Yeah, thank you very much, Megan Cabrera, for that report. Samantala, we head over to action with that service error by Mitch Go. Nabanggit nga kanina, Coach Mark, going back to one of the huddles of Coach Kung Fu, yung wala sa tono. And so far, after that timeout, hindi pa rin nakahanap ng UST yung kanilang tempo.
Yeah, it was very evident on yung last couple of plays na hindi nagtutugma yung setter at yung mga spikers. You see two attack errors coming on both ends of their net. So, ang laking bagay nung kailangan. Sino yung mag-a-adjust?
Samantala, speaking of adjustments, itong si Pierre Angeli Abellana getting an ace against CSB. So, bagyang bababa yung lamang ng Lady Blazers. So, it's now 10 serving 16. Abellana still serving. The jump serve by Abellana, kaya lang it sailed wide to the left.
Yeah, it's a bit wide, but the intention to target the zone 1 was there. Medyo palobo lang talaga.
So kapag ganun, Coach Mark, yung tinatarget mo yung sideline, is it the opposite hitter that you're targeting?
Mostly, yes. Pero normally, kung sino man yung nasa zone na yan, sila yung gusto mong mapagod. Yeah, either an opposite or either an open hitter.
Speaking of pagod, napagod maghabol ang CSB on that sequence. They were not able to send the ball over to the side of the Golden Tigresses. And as Gacy Galdones is barking some instructions to her teammates, they are down 6, 11 serving 17. Kaya lang, siya naman yung magka-service error at this time, Coach Mark.
Yeah. When you look at it, sabi nga kanina ni Coach Kung Fu about magulo, kailangan mag-adjust. This coming in, service error, that's not helping that mindset.
Yeah, so magkaka-error ka na lang. Parang it would be better if you did it via attacking or other means. But just like you said, hindi nakakatulong yung mga ganun to gain confidence and to inch closer against CSB. Samantala, dun Jaws at the net, mapupunta ang puntos sa UST. That's a quick break for the UST and they need more of those para nga makahabol dito sa ating laban.
Yeah, they really need to work overtime, double time on the defensive end, especially sa net, especially your in the blocking department kasi malakita mo na maayos yung mga sets ng CSB.
Samantala, service ni Perdido ng UST and that attack from the middle is blocked. So that's 2 straight points for UST. Courtesy of that block by Aimee Hernandez. Kaya mapapatawag itong si Coach Jerry Yee ng timeout as we check out that replay once again. Yung attacking yon ni Mitch Gamit to no avail because Aimee Hernandez was there waiting. Kaya it's CSB 18 and UST 13. This is the 2022 vleague Challenge Cup Women's Volleyball Elimination Round. CSB Lady Blazers still in good hands. They still have a 5-point advantage. Pero itong UST inching closer with 2 quick points, with the second point being that kill block by Aimee Hernandez on Mitch Gamit. And let's see if UST has more tricks up their sleeve to be able to overhaul this deficit as Perdido is still serving for the Golden Tigresses. Kaya lang, diretso sa net yung kanyang palo and another service error. So just when they're having momentum, tinatanggal din nila from their system, Coach.
Yeah, and it's also like, you need to know kung kailan ka papasok ng serve or kailan mo lalakasan.
Samantala, if you're back in the action and an attack by Micah Go to no avail, Carvalho back set! Back row attack, masyadong malakas on the part of the Golden Tigresses.
It was a good set. It was a really good set. It was just too wide. It was just the angle is pataas. Kaya medyo mataas yung chance na mag-outside.
Yeah, Perdido trying to clip that back line of CSB. Samantala, this is a successful attack for Tapia. Hindi na control ni Hentapa yung bola na yon. So it's now 13 serving 20 in favor still of the Lady Blazers. Or check that, 14 serving 20 still in favor of the Lady Blazers. So Tapia scored and si Tapia naman na nasa service line ngayon. Looper of a serve, and that's an ace for Tapia.
Back-to-back point for Tapia.
So parang si Tapia yung nagiging spark plug for UST here. Samantala, may palitang naganap on the side of the College of St. Benil Blazers. Papasok itong si Corinne Apostol. That's number 12 for the CSB Lady Blazers. Mondoñedo sets it. Kaya lang, the palo is wide. So UST is inching closer. Kanina, yung lamang nila is, yung lamang ng CSB is 6 points. And now it's within 4. Talking about UST. It's now 16 serving 20. Tapia is still serving. And that's a good serve for Tapia, but a good set by Mondoñedo to no avail yung atake na yun ni Mitch Go. Mondoñedo, middle attack this time to Gamit, no go. Floor defense of UST has been excellent, kaya lang the kill block there of Mitch Gamit is successful.
Good timing by Mitch Gamit on that loose ball spike. So, ang laking bagay nung awareness niya dun sa harap ng net.
At pamatay sunog yon on the part of CSB dahil medyo nangangalampag na nga yung UST with the succession of points they've had here in set number 1. At bumawi rin si Gamit dun sa kanyang block attack from the middle earlier ni Hernandez. Samantala, just to the net, won by CSB. And that's another point for the Lady Blazers.
UST, on the UST side, kailangan mabawasan ng konti yung mga unforced error nila. So that was a good intention on setting it to the open side, pero medyo over the net lang siya.
Ang blakin nyo yung palo. Pinablakin nyo yung sinet ng setter eh. Paano mo bablakin yan? Eh wala namang gagalaw doon pag sinet ng setter. Paano tatawid dito sa atin? Hindi naman ino-over. Naintindihan mo, huwag nyo yung blakin yun. Sir, blakin nyo yung spiker. Iiyak na sa inyo. Awas error. Tanggalin nyo yung go ha. Bakit yung go? Fight. Yun na lang. Stop. UST, stop.
Simple instructions from Coach Kung Fu Reyes. We're talking about their blocking pattern and reducing errors. And that has been the recurring theme for them, Coach Mark, dito nga sa ating laro. It has been one too many errors on the side of UST.
Yeah, and especially for them, kailangan talagang mabawasan ng errors because you're giving free point to the opponent.
Yeah, and speaking of error, naman, it's a good intention on the part of Hernandez, but yun nga, lumihis yung kanyang atake, and that's why CSB needs just 2 points to win set number 1 with Mitch Gamit on the service line. Carvalho sets it. And that's a good attack on the part of Abellana.
Okay, good spike from Abellana on that point.
So inch by inch, bit by bit, US3 is trying to get closer. Can they make it? We'll find out. CSB, again, needing just 2 points to end set number 1. But Aimee Hernandez is finding an open gap dun sa side ng CSB as she serves. But that was received by Mitch Go. Out of system play, Mondoñedo attacks, but UST is there waiting. Back row attack for the Golden Tigresses, and that's to no avail.
Again, we cannot reiterate it more na even sa attacking department, even sa spiking nila, nag-i-error pa rin sila. So, hindi mo maalaman kung saan sila, ano yung gusto nilang gawin or iniiwas ba nila sa depensa ng CSB.
Yeah, speaking of which, set point na po ang CSB because UST has been giving a lot of points. And that one, no doubt, Gail Pascual sends us to the end of set number 1. So it's the Lady Blazers 25 and the UST Golden Tigers at 17 as we check out this set ending point by the opposite hitter of CSB, Gail Pascual. So we will be back with more action live from the Paco Arena. It's 25-17, set 1 in favor of CSB. We welcome you back to the 2022 V-League as we break down these numbers, Coach Mark. Take it away.
Yeah, so for CSB and UST, attacks, almost very close, blocking, lamang lang CSB ng dalawa, aces, isa, but you can see the errors of UST. They made 12 errors compared to 8 free point from the CSB. So medyo careless ang UST on the part of their errors. So you see variations of errors from service, from unforced error to their attack errors.
At gaya nga nasabi ni Coach Kung Fu kanina, mahanap na ba ng UST ang tono ng kanilang laro here in set number 2 in this second game of our women's volleyball quadruple header for today. Lawrence Fernandez here on the microphone together with Coach Mark Caron, our analyst for this game. And CSB showing their championship form na rin, ika nga Coach Mark, with that easy set 1 victory over UST.
Yeah, CSB is showing their championship pedigree on that set. Kita mo yung iba-ibang variation ng atake nila, challenging UST's defense both in the net and on the floor.
Yeah, they're picking up UST with the variation of the attacks, and this time they go to the open. And that's a successful hit by Gail Pascual to open up things in set number 2.
Yeah, Gail Pascual with an easy spike towards the middle on zone 6.
Yeah, textbook execution for CSB. Meanwhile, Micah Go serving for the Lady Blazers, and a quick attack from the middle for Hernandez, and that's good.
Yeah, Hernandez on the middle, driving it down towards the zone 5.
Yeah, hinanapan lang ng empty zone. Talking about Amy Hernandez. Kaya naman tabla tayo early on in set number 2, 1 apiece. And on deck to serve for the Golden Tigresses is Pierre Angeli Abellana, yung kanilang outside hitter. The jump serve for Abellana. And that's a good serve.
Abellana's been serving really well. Yung first set, nakita rin natin yung ganong klaseng service. But she wasn't able to continue because of the quick counter of CSB.
Yeah, nagiging magic bunot itong si Abellana on the part of Coach Kung Fu Reyes. And here she is again with another jump serve. But that time, it was well received by the Lady Blazers. To the UST side we go. Victoria was blocked, but another opportunity for UST. Back set naman tayo. Another block for CSB. Kaya lang ang puntos mapupunta sa UST.
That was a good attack from the side of UST, varying it from from the utility to the open side, challenging yung defense ng CSB.
Yeah, pinatakbo talaga ni Carvalho at that moment yung mga net blockers ng CSB. Samantala, Abellana still serving.
It's an ace.
And that's an ace for Abellana.
So Abellana's putting a show on the service line.
Yeah, Abellana is building a house here on the service line already. Kanina pa nagsaserve yan si Abellana. And because of her efforts, UST is now up by 3. It's 4 serving 1. And here's her jump serve. But that one was received by Hetiga. And here's an attack by Pascual. And this time, UST with the kill block.
Good defense from the side of UST. Victoria's there to block that spike.
Kaya naman magbabalasan ng tao itong si Coach Jerry Yee. So si number 12, si Apostol will go out and Jade Hentapa will come in. So ito na yung starting rotation ni Coach Jerry Yee dahil medyo umaalagwa na itong Golden Tigresses here in set number 2 and they want a bigger deficit. Kaya lang napagod na
Medyo napagod.
si Abellana.
Napagod na si Abellana. That's, actually, nakakapagod din mag-jump serve. So
Yes.
it's one of the high risk, high reward, sabi nga ni Coach Oliver. So nakakapagod din siya.
Yeah, at some point, yung mechanics will fail you, but still, UST is in the driver's seat, 5-2. Mantala, combination play to no-go, and that's a good block for the Lady Blazers.
CSB showing the sarado yung net part ng net na yon for UST.
Yeah, naabangan nila yung atake na yon ng UST despite the combination play. Nabasa ng gusto ng Lady Blazers yung atake na yon, and that's why CSB is inching closer. Kaya lang, just when they have a point, they give one away with that service error.
Yeah, CSB can't afford those costly mistakes na especially on the service error, especially on the service department.
Yeah, ang ganda na sana nun eh.
May pasok mo lang yung bola.
Yeah, ang ganda na sana ng momentum na yon on the part of CSB. Kaya lang, they gave one back. So, Hernandez is now on the service line for the Golden Tigresses. Mondoñedo giving chase. Bump set to Pascual to no-go. Hernandez setting up, but the action continues. Here's CSB on the attack to no-go. Tuloy ang rally. Carvalho sends it to Victoria. Victoria was blocked. Abellana tried to give chase, but to no-go. Point for CSB.
Going back to that, sinabi ko kanina na they really just needs to put the ball to the other side of the court kasi maganda ang net defense ng CSB. Nakaka-block sila kahit on both ends.
Yeah, good anticipation on the part of CSB with those attacks on the net by UST. Samantala, buhay pa ang bola and action continues. It's now on the UST side of the court. Here's an attack for the Golden Tigresses, but Gatigan was there, the libero of CSB. To the other side we go to UST once again. Middle attack to no-go, but point goes to the Golden Tigresses, says our first referee, Bobby Celso.
Okay, so, it was a good effort. It was a good effort. It's just nanggigil lang si gamit ng konti. Okay? Kaya dinukot niya yung bola na wala pa sa side nila.
Yun yung mga kailangan bantayan ng mga nasa net because the net could be your friend. It could also be your enemy. At that time, yun nga, it was Gamit's enemy and it was Pascual's enemy as well with that attack error. Kaya naman as we go to our first technical timeout, it's 8 for the Golden Tigresses and 4 for the Lady Blazers. We'll be back with more action live from the Paco Arena. This is the 2022 vleague Challenge Cup.
Welcome back to the Paco Arena and this matchup between the CSB Lady Blazers and the UST Golden Tigresses continues. Ako po si Megan Cabrera, still with Lawrence Fernandez and Coach Mark Caron. After failing to get the first set, the UST Growling Tigers head coach Kung Fu Reyes maintains his intensity and reminds the girls to bring out their best play and, of course, minimize errors. Admittedly, Coach Kung Fu still considers the team at the transition stage from the pandemic and quarantine, and they are still patching up what was missing from the last 2 years. As the team tries to get it together for this set, Coach Kung Fu hopes his battle cry of "do it right" sticks with the Tigresses. Lawrence and Coach Mark.
Yeah, thank you very much, Megan Cabrera, for that courtside report. Yun nga, yung ating key takeaways from that report, Coach Mark. Intensity. Nagpapakita ng intensity itong UST early on in set number 2.
Yeah, and also like as Megan was pointing out and from that report, yung system, yung getting into the system, the rebuilding from the pandemic is very important.
Yeah, as we see that net touch infraction on the part of UST dahil kay Abellana, the guilty party. So kaya naman CSB is still inching closer against the Golden Tigresses. So it's 5-8. So Hentapa with the serve. And that's a free ball. Regalo, and Gamit will not waste it. 8. Let's check it one more time. Over received by Victoria. And kaya naman si Gamit ay exploited that attack, and this time bumawi ang UST courtesy of Galdones with that tip on the net.
Yeah, yun din isa kailangan bantayan ng UST is the reception. So that was some sort of a problem on the first set, and dapat hindi yan magtuloy-tuloy coming into the second set.
Yeah, reception errors could be a factor between wins and losses para dito sa parehong koponan. This time it's Victoria with the serve for UST. And Pascual sends it to go. At nagawan na ng paraan ni Micah Goyon, just finding that zone 1 open.
Yeah. That was a really good shot, but also you need to point out that UST wasn't there to block the shot first and then to cover that floor.
Yeah, parang naguluhan na rin sila kasi mukhang out of system play na, and yet they were able to take advantage. Talking about CSB, and an easy over by Delerio sa side ng Lady Blazers. Can they capitalize? Talking about CSB, an attack from the middle. Kaya lang lumihis yung atake na yon ng Lady Blazers.
Yeah, medyo malakas yung palo na yun. It sails out really wide.
Yeah, maganda na sana yung opportunity na yon because they were able to execute it very well. Itong si Mondo Niedo. Kaya lang lumihis yung palo, and it sailed wide to the right in UST side of the floor. Meanwhile, Galdones serving. It's 10-7 here in set number 2. Samantala, labas yung palo na yun, and a point for the Golden Tigresses.
So this 2 consecutive attack errors. Okay? It's not helping CSB as of the moment to close the gap. So kailangan nilang medyo ayusin yung spiking department nila.
Yeah, and they've been targeting that sideline of UST, so it's a high-risk, high-reward action. Meaning a high-risk, high-reward there, so it's an attack error on the part of CSB. And medyo lumalaki na itong kalamangan ng Golden Tigresses. So it's UST 12, CSB 7 here in set number 2 in this second game of this women's volleyball tournament of the vleague Challenge Cup.
Talo tayo. Yung mukha natin na ganyan, talo tayo. Narinig nyo?
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
So as we noticed during that huddle of CSB, Coach Jerry Yee saying a few sentences, sabihin natin Coach Mark, and then he lets his players do all the conversations afterwards. So he still maintains that composure and that confidence within his players, talking about Coach Jerry.
Yeah, for a lot of coaches, more of like giving those small pointers, and then the rest goes to the players talking about it, communicating ano yung kulang nila, saan sila mag-a-adjust doon sa set up ng system or pag-set up ng play nila.
Yan, samantala, yun, namigay ng puntos itong si Galdones on the part of UST. That's why it's now 8 serving 12. Si Mondoñedo ang nag-serve for the Lady Blazers. Running attack for Hernandez. And that's good.
That was a good running attack from Hernandez, challenging the blocks of CSB. So, as you can see now, medyo nahihirapan ngayon yung CSB on foiling the attacks of UST.
Yeah, and they have been involving their middles. Talking about UST, itong si Hernandez ay medyo nabubuhay na sa ating laban. Kaya lang, just as they scored a point, they gave up a free one courtesy of their setter, Carvalho. Samantala, on the other side we go. CSB will on the serve with their team captain and current NCAA MVP, Micah Go, with the serve, and that's a block, and UST still has an opportunity to score, but CSB now has the ball. Middle attack to no go, and UST will reset. An attack by Hintapa, and action continues. Hernandez in the middle, and that's good. Gumagana, Coach Mark, yung kanilang middle attack, itong UST. That's why Hernandez is doing wonders.
Ang ganda ng counter-attack ng UST as of the moment. Ayun, pinapahirapan niya yung defense ng CSB.
Yeah, yun yung kanilang bread and butter sa ngayon sa set 2. And it has done well for the Golden Tigresses. That's why they're up by 5. It's now 14 serving 9. Itong si Abellana with her jump serve once more, pero this time good reception on the part of CSB. To the other side we go. UST sets the ball up but to no go. Action continues. The rally continues. Miscommunication play din. Muntik nang naka-free point ang UST doon. But gusto nila atake yung puntos. Kaya itong si Perdido made it successful, landing the ball there at zone 1.
Yeah, UST is tightening up their defense, so it creates those opportunity to make those counter attacks against CSB.
Ayun na nga, babalikan natin yung sinabi nga ulit ni Coach Kung Fu kanina in set number 1. Hanapin nyo yung tono. And so far, mukhang they are finding the right tune, and they're leading by 6, 15 to 9. At may pagkakataon pa sila, kaya lang hindi na nasalba ang bola. So Pascual with CSB's 10 point in set number 2. So USB is still in good hands with a 5-point cushion. But Nolasco is serving for the Lady Blazers. And CSB is trying to inch closer and win set number 2 to have a 2-0 advantage in terms of sets. Samantala, an attack by Hentapa, that was foiled. And Pascual sends the ball over easily. UST has a chance to attack, but that was saved. But it sailed out, and point for UST courtesy of Victoria. And because of that point by Victoria, we are going to the second technical timeout with UST leading 16 to 10. So after the second technical timeout, we find ourselves with UST having a 6-point advantage, 16 to 10. Coach Mark, nag-iba yung ihip ng hangin. First set, CSB dominated, and now, at least up until the second technical timeout, it's UST's turn to have the driver's seat. What is UST doing right? Kaya sila yung lamang at this point of the set.
Lawrence, as I said a while ago, UST was tightening up their defense, creating those opportunities to create a counter-attack. On the side of CSB naman, medyo nahihirapan silang i-set up yung defense nila, both on the floor and both on the And on the net.
And that's a good gesture on the part of CSB coming off a timeout. Sila ay nakapuntos doon from a middle attack. And they inch a bit closer with a 5-point deficit with UST still leading 16-11. But this time, UST on the attack, making the adjustment in mid-air is itong si Jonah Perdido.
Jonah Perdido with that tip. And again, babalikan natin yung sinabi natin about the net defense of CSB. Something has changed na parang hindi na sila ganun ka-aggressive.
Kaya naman, speaking of aggression, nagkaroon ng palitan on the side of CSB. Itong si Hentapa checked out in favor of Apostol. At itong si Basarte is also in, their setter, their replacement setter for CSB rather. But UST with an attack, but that was easily foiled by the Lady Blazers. And a tip by Micah Go is good. Rather, that's Apostol rather.
Apostol with a drop shot.
So samantala, substitutions on the part of UST. Itong si Kaasi papasok in favor of Perdido. And itong si Carvalho will check out in favor of Ecalia rather. Mary Christine Ecalia. So it's now 12 serving 17. Caporin Apostol on the service line for the Lady Blazers. Set on the wing, but that was blocked. UST giving chase, pero puntos on the part of the Lady Blazers.
Again, a good blocking from the CSB Lady Blazers. Kailangan na lang nila itong gawin consistently. Tuloy-tuloy lang nila. Kasi the first set, nagagawa naman nila.
Yeah, and in the first set, that blocking at the net has done wonders on the part of the Lady Blazers. Samantala, itong si Apostol committed an error on the serve. Maganda sana yung intention niya, trying to just land the ball dito sa harap ng court ng UST, but to no avail. Sabi mo nga kanina, in the first game, yung mga ganong service, yun yung mga high risk, high reward. Yung pinapalanding mo lang dito sa harap ng net.
And again, looking at their defense on their defensive end, they can afford to just put the ball in the service. Target lang, kasi nakaka-block naman sila.
So meanwhile, back to live action. And UST on the offensive, but great dig there by Gatigan, the libero of CSB. Here's CSB, but the ball goes to the side of the Lady Blazers. Action continues. Here's another back set. Adjustment in mid-air, but tuloy ang rally natin. Middle attack, and the 1-2 play. Courtesy of Basarte, and that's good.
That was a really smart play for Basarte. Recognizing na medyo umatras na kaagad yung defense ng UST kasi alam nila papalo.
Yeah, and kapag tumatagal yung rally, sometimes it's bound to happen. The setter just finding that open gap, and that's why Basarte at that time was able to score. Samantala, itong si Galdones bumawi with that middle attack, and CSB cannot do anything with that.
Yeah, good reception. It will get you good set. It will get you good spike.
Yeah, textbook, volleyball yun. Good reception, good set, good spike. So that's the tenet of volleyball, and that's what UST showed in that sequence. Samantala, they are still up by 5, talking about UST and CSB inching closer, but that attack is to no avail. And a point goes to the Golden Tigresses with a net touch error by CSB.
Again, costly mistakes on the side of CSB, committing those unforced error na dapat hindi nangyayari.
Yeah, just when they were knocking at the door, they are shooting themselves at the foot and making those mental errors. Kaya naman itong UST still comfortably ahead, 20-14 in set number 2. And that's a kill block for the Golden Tigresses.
Again, now you're seeing UST tightening their defense also in the net.
Yeah, tightening the defense at the net also. Kaya naman 7 ang kalamangan nila, 21 UST, 14 CSB. And let's listen to this timeout.
Hindi, mayroong gumalaw kanina sa ilalim. Tara. Wala pa yan, hindi pa yan tapos, Chi.
Push lang, push.
7 lang yan. Isa-isayin natin, tara.
Ibahin ka na. Nasa long ball na sila lahat.
Hanggat malayo pa yung sa 25. Hindi mag... Wala na basta pa.
6.
Sige, gawin mo tayo. Go.
Coach Jerry Yee, a man of few words but with substance. Yung sinabi lang niya dun sa huddle na yun, Coach Mark, walang effort. At nakuha na ng Lady Blazers yung mensahe. Ano yung nagkukulang sa effort ng CSB na nakita mo? That's why they're down 7.
I think both the way they were playing in the first set was totally different from the way they were playing in the second set. So, as Coach Jerry mentioned, makikita mo na walang effort sa depensa, walang effort sa blocking. So, ang gulo-gulo ng rotation, and as you can see now, there was a miscommunication on the attack department.
Yeah, so kata-timeout lang nun, and that's not a good sign of a timeout. An attack error on the part of CSB. The effort was not there in that sequence, and that's why UST still has serve, and it's 22 serving 14 with Galdones on deck to serve. Basarte sends it to Mitch Go. Micah Go rather, and that's good.
Okay, Micah Go putting an end to that UST run. So sabi ko nga, yan, kailangan lang magkaroon ng effort, kailangan lang mag-try, especially on the defensive side. Walang nakikita na mag-effort kunin yung bola.
Yeah, doon yung kailangan most effort, so to speak, yun sa depensa to be able to get good balls, but that's a free ball for CSB. And this is an attack by Pascual but was blocked at the net. Second serving for CSB, no go. UST naman ang papalo, and that's good for Abellana.
Abellana powering through the block of CSB.
Yeah, ginamit lang yung braso ng blockers. So palitan, Nolasco comes out for USB and Mondihar in. Samantala sa panig ng UST, si Kaasi goes out and si Ecalia also goes out for Perdido and Carvalho. And Carvalho heads directly to the service line, and UST needing just 2 points to win set number 2 and tie this game at 1 set apiece. Can they do it? Let's see if CSB has a response. But at that time, they don't have a response. Pero ang bola ay nasa CSB pa rin. Bump set by UST. Abellana this time, but that was dug. Action continues, but that's a great save by Galdones from the back line. Kaya lang, hindi gumana yung atake ni Abellana this time, Coach.
Medyo napagod na yata si Abellana on that rotation.
Tsaka naabangan din siya ng blockers ng CSB this time.
Yeah, there was 2 blockers in front of her. So medyo mahirap din na challenge for her.
Yeah. Speaking of challenge, Micah Go trying to rally her troops to inch closer against UST. Middle attack, and that's good!
Good combination play on the side of UST. Capitalizing on Abellana on that spike.
Yeah, they just adjusted yung attack point ni Abellana, and that's why UST is at set point. 24-16 with Abellana on the service line. Taking her time, and here's her patented jump serve. Kaya lang, service is out.
It's a bit wide. It's a bit high on.
Ganda sana yung intention niya na papalandingin niya lang doon sa backline ng side ng CSB. Pero ito, buhay pa ang CSB, and they were able to save 1 set point. But will UST end it? No, that's 2 set point save. Courtesy of that block by Pascual and Gamit.
Yeah, this is dangerous for UST because there's still giving CSB a little bit of chance, a little bit of more of touches on the ball. Baka balikan sila niyan mamaya sa third set.
Yeah, sabi nga, you can never underestimate the heart of a champion. But at that time, tinapos na ni Victoria ang set number 2 with that cross-court hit. So, 1 set apiece po tayo, mga kaibigan. UST 25, CSB 18 in set number 2. And we will be back with more intense volleyball action live from the Paco Arena. This is the 2022 vleague Challenge Cup Women's Volleyball Tournament. as we see the statistics on the board, Coach Mark, take us through this.
Yeah, UST is all over the board with 12 attacks and 2 aces. CSB is there, especially on the blocking department, but again, committing 9 errors over 6 errors from the UST gave a lot of leeway in terms of points for the UST Lady Tigers.
And that's why the intensity, yung sinasabi ni Coach Kung Fu kanina nung kanilang timeout, lumabas na yung intensity ng UST. And let's see if they can continue it here in set number 3. You're still here with us, Lawrence Fernandez, together with Coach Mark Caron on the microphone. Samantala, magandang panimula yun on the part of UST. Galdones with an attack from the middle.
Yeah, and then also, Galdones was able to put it right in where the defense is clogging. Kaya nagkaroon ng miscommunication between the libero and the other supporting.
Yeah, that's why Galdones just finding the right spot there, and that's why they draw first blood in set number 3. That's a good block, but action continues on the side of CSB. Another block and another point for the Golden Tigresses. 2 quick points for UST.
Yeah, UST is doing a really good job defending the net, not allowing CSB to have that easy shot over the UST squad.
Yeah, kanina first set, yung CSB yung nakapag-establish ng kanilang net defense, and this time palitan ng fortunes. Mantala itong si Apostol finding that sideline.
Apostol actually taking that really long and wide.
So it's now CSB's turn to serve with their team captain Micah Go on deck. Carvalho sends it to the middle, but that was easily read by CSB. Ito naman si Basarte sends it to Hentapa, but the action continues. Adjustment in mid-air, but that's to no avail para kay Ecalia.
Attack error on Ecalia. Actually, magkakamataas talaga yung error because she spiked it with her left hand.
Yes, ginawa na lang ng paraan, Iga nga, and hindi naging maayos yung atake na yon. That's why tabla na kagad tayo just like that. 2 apiece ang ating talaan. Basarte, back set. And that's a successful attack for CSB, courtesy of Katarig.
Katarig with the help of the net, okay, drawing that wide cross-court shot.
So it's now 3, serving 2. CSB is already in the driver's seat. And Micah Go is still serving for the Lady Blazers. Carvalho sends it to the side, but Gadigan was there to read the ball. To the UST side we go. Galdones, kaya lang sobra yung kanyang bump set. This time, Delerio, another bump set. Soft tip, no avail. Basarte this time, another attack. And a point for CSB, courtesy of Katarig.
Medyo nanggigil yung defense ng UST there, committing that net touch, okay, giving the free point to CSB.
And that error by UST gives a 2-point advantage for the College of St. Benilde Lady Blazers. Kaya naman ipapasok nila yung si Perdido. Isa yan sa mga naging magic bunot ng UST in the second set. Yan si Perdido and si Abellana. And let's check if they can do the same magic in set 3. Samantala itong si Galdones, already 2 points here in set number 2. Both middle attacks for Galdones. So it's 3 serving 4 in set number 3. At itong si Abellana with her patented jump serve. Tignan natin kung magiging successful ba yung kanyang jump serve this time. She scored some aces earlier in this game, but nababasa ng CSB na yung kanyang serve. Kaya lang basang-basa din yung atake na yon, but it sailed out.
Okay, that was a good attack, and unfortunately on the UST medyo hindi na-establish yung block nila. That's why the ball went wide and out.
Yeah, maganda sana yung pagkakaabang na yon ng UST. Napayungan ng atake ni Apostol, but he was able to check it through the blockers. So action continues. This time Hentapa is blocked, but a point goes to UST with an attack error. So UST is just down by 1 point. And on deck to serve for the Golden Tigresses is their team captain, Casey Galdones. Galdones is waxing hot early in this third set with 2 points. Let's see if that momentum will continue for her and the Golden Tigresses. Samantala, tinapik na lang ni Mitch gamit yun. Nagawan pa ng paraan, Coach.
Yeah, it was a good attack. Even if she adjusted it mid-air, pumasok pa rin. And the problem na lang was for UST to have an opportunity to get that ball. Dun yung mga small ball nila sa depensa.
Yeah, samantala, Katarig on the service line for CSB. Hulog and a free point for the Lady Blazers.
Back-to-back error on the side of UST, which brings CSB close to the first technical timeout.
Yeah, and just like that, kanina lamang ang UST sa set na ito. And now, CSB needing just 1 point to send us to our first technical timeout in set number 3. Itong service ni Katarig is doing wonders for the Lady Blazers. Samantalang yung atake ni Victoria is an error straight to the net. Kaya naman, ang ating first technical timeout, we see ourselves with CSB 8, UST 4. And we will listen in to this huddle. This is the 2022 vleague Challenge Cup Women's Volleyball Tournament. Sabi nga nila, things can go quickly in the game of volleyball, and that's what happened early in set number 3. UST with an early lead, but CSB takes us to the first technical timeout with a 4-point advantage, 8-4. Coach Mark, ano nangyari dun?
Yeah, on the side of UST, committing that 4 consecutive errors was a really big bow on their score. And CSB is enjoying it. As you've seen it kanina sa timeout nila, tumatawa sila. They have a cushion in terms of their lead.
Yeah, speaking of enjoying it, itong si Jade Hentapa enjoyed that attack off the block at biglang timeout kagad for UST. So this is an early timeout. 9 for CSB, 4 for UST. That's our scoreboard. And this is an early timeout for Coach Kung Fu.
I-check niyo yung sarili niyo, naka-establish na yan. Kayo ang dumidigyan sa'yo dumadaan ng bola, di ba? Oh! Anong gusto mo? Siya magbablock para sa'yo. Ang mali mo kasi, wala nang tempo yung quicker. Inaabangan mo pa siya, tsaka kahabol sa dulo. Hindi kayo nagbabasa. Anong gagawin nitong isa na to? Ikaw, anong gagawin mo? Maghihintay ka lang kung anong darating.
Ito na!
Ilan yung spiker nyo? Paano papasahin ang bola? Paano papasahin? First ball, ano nangyayari?
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack on that huddle. Coach Mark, ano yung nakuha natin from the words of Coach Kung Fu?
Di ba sabi ko kanina, as I mentioned, establishing the block. Medyo hindi establish yung block ng UST. So, ang pangit ng pwesto nila when they are blocking the attacks of CSB. Kaya ang dami nilang nakukommit na error. Hindi nila isasarado yung line.
Yeah, and because of those wrong placement of personnel sa court, lamang ang CSB here with another point by Micah Go. So that's 10-4 now ang advantage ng CSB over UST. Kaya naman magpapalit na ng tao ang UST. Hernandez will check out. At itong si Abu ng UST will check in favor of Hernandez. So that's Sofia Abu, middle blocker for the UST Golden Tigers, is checking in. And it's still 10-4 in favor of the Lady Blazers. Let's see if that adjustment from UST will be successful. Pero again, reception error for UST.
Yeah. UST stacking their errors on top of each other, creating an easy game for the Lady Blazers.
Ayan, balasa ulit ng tao ang UST. Itong si Perdido comes out and Ikalia comes in. At lumalaki na ang kalamangan nitong CSB. Is now 11 serving 4 for the Lady Blazers. Carvalho giving chase. Adjustment in mid-air to no go. That was well read by CSB. UST naman ngayon may pagkakataong umatake but an easy over for the Golden Tigresses. Running attack and action still continues. Delerio was able to adjust and save the ball. Kaya lang hindi na na-over ni Abellana yung bola at that sequence, Coach.
UST really needs to work this out during the timeout. Medyo nalitong-lito na sila. Nalilito sila on who's gonna get the ball. Kanina nakita mo yung last sequence. The libero had a change of mind from an overhead pass to a dig pass dun sa isa. And then again, late na yung spike ni Abellana.
Nakita natin sa huddle na yun, hindi na tumayo si Coach Kung Fu, Coach Mark. Umupo na lang siya and he just let the Golden Tigers just talk things over. Mukhang nasabi niya na lahat ng kailangan sabihin and yet UST not making the necessary adjustments.
Yeah, hinayaan nilang mag-usap-usap sila to sort that one out kung ano yung adjustment na gagawin nila.
Kaya lang, speaking of adjustments, that's one adjustment successful there with Victoria with that successful attack off the block. So makakakuha ng puntos ang UST doon, trimming the lead of the Lady Blazers to 7. And Ikalia with that service for UST, and CSB will attack, but that was a good reception and a good dig on the part of UST. Samantala, ball will go to the side of CSB and they will score with that confusing sequence. They were able to make something out of it, talking about the Lady Blazers.
Yeah, Coach Kung Fu complaining about that last sequence.
Oh, bigla na lang tumawid kasi. So that's why Galdones is now conferring with our first referee, Bobby Celso. That's bakit walang tawag doon.
Pwede yon, hindi naman niya na-touch yung bola.
Okay, so that's clarification by our analyst, Coach Mark Caron. So pwede yon, but Coach Kung Fu is just pleading his case, but to no avail. So that's why CSB got the point, and we are now at 13-5 in set number 3. And that's a good attack on the part of the Lady Blazers, courtesy of Micah Go.
Yeah, nagpapalitan naman sila ng errors from the second set to the third set. Ngayon, the Lady Troopers are tightening up their defense on the net. And then, yung UST naman ang medyo magulong-magulo sa floor defense nila.
Parang may kung anong sapi yung sumasabi. Set 2, maayos yung laro ng UST. Set 3, this time it's CSB having the advantage. And let's see if UST can still overhold this 9-point deficit na kanilang nakikita so far. Basarte sets it, back row attack, tinapik lamang, pero yun ay nasa lupa. UST with the counter-offensive to no-go. Here's CSB once again, and that cross-court hit is good for Micah Go.
And there's a big reason for CSB to celebrate that because wala talagang depensa na humarang kay Go. And then, pati sa floor defense.
Yeah, yun yung sinasabi na rin ni Coach Jerry kanina na walang effort. Mukhang itong UST yung walang effort ngayon. Nobody even jumped with Micah Go in that sequence. Kaya napakadali niyang basahin yung floor for UST. And don't look now, it's a 10-point advantage for the Lady Blazers, the defending NCAA champions. And atake ang UST dito. And that time is good.
A very explosive spike from Tapia, ending that rally of CSB.
And they will need more of that from Tapia, Abellana, and the rest of the guys, the ladies in white, itong UST Golden Tigresses, upang sila ay makahabol dito sa set na ito. Because it's a huge lead so far, 15 for CSB and 6 for UST, with Tapia serving for the Golden Tigresses. And that was received by Getigan, and a soft tip to no avail for CSB. UST naman nakakatake with another soft tip, but that's no go. Basarte to the middle, to no avail as well. Kaya lang hindi nagkaamuyan ng UST in that sequence, Coach Mark.
Yeah. Coach Kung Fu for sure will be so mad about that at that last set.
At dahil dun sa error na yun, CSB 16, UST 6. We will go into our second technical timeout of set number 3.
We are still here at the Paco Arena for this matchup between the CSB Lady Blazers and the UST Golden Tigresses. Now, Coach Jerry Yee keeps his huddles very short and simple. And actually before this set, he simply told their girls one-liner, walang effort. And actually he allowed the girls to definitely settle it out on their own. Sabi nga nila na there was this certain shift in demeanor after that, and at the technical timeouts, he would do the same thing and allow the girls the liberty to figure things out on their own. Now the energy flows from the bench players and full support of their teammates on the floor, and there are just certain cues to keep communicating and encouraging the members to
Courtside update. So gaya nga ng sabi kanina, Coach Jerry need just a few words to impart sa kanyang team. Lalo na championship team ito and they know how to respond. That's why they're winners.
Yeah, yan yung maganda sa mga teams that has already established their identity, established their system na isang reminder mo lang, sila na yung mag-aayos sa sarili nila.
Yeah, speaking of establishing identity and system, itong UST is not establishing themselves in set number 3. Kaya naman, 10 pa rin itong kalamangan ng Lady Blazers. So it's now 17 for CSB and 7 for UST. At itong si Basarte ang nagsiserve ngayon for CSB. Here's an attack by Abellana. And CSB giving chase. Tuloy pa rin ang rally with an easy over by CSB. Carvalho this time to Galdones to no-go. Second servings for UST. Dinala dito kay Abellano on the other side, but to no avail as well. Basarte to Micah Go. And Micah Go is waxing hot here in set number 3.
Yeah, Micah Go putting pressure on the defense of UST.
Yeah, kahit na tumatalon ang UST on that point, she's just doing wonders finding those gaps and working with the net defense ng UST. Talking about Micah Go, that's why she has been successful here in set number 3. This time, si Abellana naman ang atake, pero basang-basa ni gamit yung atake na yon. And this time, point goes to UST of that mishit by Micah Go.
Yeah, a very unexpected error from Micah Go, putting it too much down the line.
Yeah, and a rare error that is also for Micah Go. That's why mabibigay ang puntos on the part of UST, but still a 10-point advantage para sa CSB. Tapia giving chase. Carvalho sets it. And action still continues with that diving save by Pepito. Pepito this time sends it to the sides. And action continues to the UST side. We go Abellana. Hentapa was there. And Gatigan will send it over easily for UST. Can UST capitalize? But the floor defense of St. Benilde is excellent so far. And they get a point off the block courtesy of Katarig.
That was a really long rally, and then that's where you can test kung sino ba talaga yung bibigay dun sa mahahabang rally. And sino pa yung may hangin. And sino pa yung nakaka-establish ng maayos na attacking pattern for the counter-attack.
Tsaka also, very important, coach, yung conditioning mo when it comes to long rallies na ganyan. Importante yan.
Correct.
So, speaking of the breaks not going their way, etong UST giving another point to CSB. And napakalaki na nitong kalamangan ng CSB at this point. It will be an uphill climb for the Golden Tigresses if they are to save set number 3. Kaya lang, that's a free point for UST. Maybe they can do something about that free point. They're 9 points in this set while CSB is at 20. If they can string some quick points together, maybe they can build the momentum and somehow catch up. But still, it's a big lead and there's an error on the part of the Golden Tigresses. And Coach Kung Fu is conferring with our first referee, and Casey Galdones is also talking to our table officials. So some confusion on the part between the officials and the side of UST. And it seems like the matter has been resolved already. UST ang magsiserve, and it's 9 serving 20. Si Abellana ang nasa service line for the Golden Tigresses. And here is her patented jump serve. But that was easily received. Attack from the middle. No go for CSB. And that is explosive hit by Ecalia down the middle for UST.
That was a really aggressive attack of Ecalia. Actually, it was a broken play already. Pero nandun pa rin si Ecalia to spike that ball.
Tsaka makita mo, Coach Mark, may gigil ng kasama yung palo ni Ecalia because the breaks of the game are not going UST's way here in set number 3. They are down 10. Make it 9 courtesy of that ace by Abellana.
Yes, as you mentioned, Lawrence, kailangan medyo manggigil ka na. Kasi you're trying to catch up. You're down by 10 or down by 9 as of the moment. So kailangan mo talagang hugutin yung pwede mong hugutin to muster up that energy.
Yeah, pandiinan na lahat ng mga palo mo, lahat ng execution. And Abellana that time getting an ace. Can she get another one? No. And this time, CSB with an attack. And off the block goes Hentapa with the score.
Okay, Hentapa ending that rally of Abellana.
Yeah, sayang yung momentum na yun on the part of UST. Nababasa na rin ng CSB somehow yung service ni Abellana. And that's why they are up by 10. They have re-established that large lead, 21-11. But this time, Tapia bumabawi for UST.
Yeah, Tapia sending that across. I was actually fascinated with this girl. Okay, really small girl, jumps really high. But the problem is consistency.
Yeah, maganda siya na yung approach niya, but can she do it multiple times for multiple points? Yun na lang yung question when it comes to Tapia. And that time, that attack by UST is blocked. To the other side we go. And that's a point for Katarig of CSB.
And Katarig using the hands of the blockers to deflect that ball outside.
Etong si Katarig hindi na nilabas since she was since she checked in dito sa set number 3, and she has been doing wonders for the Lady Blazers dito sa laro natin. And here she is to serve for CSB. Meanwhile, an attack by UST. At nasalba pa yon ng Lady Blazers. UST with an opportunity. Can they capitalize? And they do.
Again, UST needs to have more of those counter-attacks.
Yeah, mukhang bumibilis na rin yung tempo ng laro ng UST ngayon because their backs are against the wall. CSB needing just 3 points to take set number 3 and take a 2-1 advantage. So if they are to make their move, talking about UST, the time is now because CSB is inching closer to a set 3 victory. Meanwhile, Ecalia with that looper of a serve. Basarte, back row, hindi nagkaamuyan yung mga magkakampi doon. Miscommunication on the part of CSB. Can UST capitalize? And they do, courtesy of Tapia.
Again, Tapia. Okay, really capitalizing on that attack. Okay, off-speed shot sa gitna. Okay. Surprising the defense of CSB.
Yeah, maganda yung approach ni Tapia. No? Even though yung height niya is not up there, she can deliver damage when she gets a good ball. Talking about Tapia. Meanwhile, ang ganda rin ng setup na yun kay Hentapa, kaya hindi niya sinayang ang puntos for CSB.
Hentapa hitting that ball, putting an end to that rally of UST.
Yeah, pamatay sunog yun on the part of CSB. And Hentapa serving for CSB, running attack for UST, and that's good.
And they really need to do more of those kinds of attacks, varying it from different types of plays.
Yeah, they're activating their middles here in set number 3. Ayan, si Abu, they're activating their attack from the middle. Let's see if they can string more of those attacks so that they can inch closer against CSB. But CSB relentless also. But at that time, that was dug by Pepito. Here are the Golden Tigresses. But Basarte was able to send that over. Another opportunity for UST. Abellana, no go. Basarte once again sends the ball to the other side. Pepito with a diving save. To the CSB side we go. 1-2 play by Basarte. Nabasa yun ng UST. Action continues. Abellana, no. Pepito sends it back to Abellana. Another attack by Abellana. And this time, Abellana delivers.
And that's a bad part for CSB, complaining already on that rally. They should have waited for the referee to blow his whistle.
Kaya nga sabi nila, hanggat di mo naririnig ang pito, tuloy ang laro, tuloy ang laban. And at that point, tinuloy lang ng UST yung kanilang laban doon at ang puntos napunta sa kanila. That's why they were able to inch closer. That's 16 serving 23. CSB trying to save this rally, and they do. UST with the upper hand on the set. And Abellana delivers with that point.
UST's slow starts turning into a more aggressive later part of the game.
Medyo nagpapahinga yata ang CSB as we notice because of a comfortable lead. And that's a dangerous demeanor for a team that is on the driver's seat, that they are giving another opportunity for UST. They're giving life to the Golden Tigresses, and Tapia this time, if not attacking, getting an ace.
Yeah. CSB is putting themselves in a very dangerous position. Kapag inalaw pa nila yung UST mag-rally and probably close this match or close this set, mahihirapan sila mamaya.
Kaya lang, ayun na, naputol na yung momentum na yun ng UST. Kanina, we were at 21-11, and yet UST was able to trim the lead to 23-18, and that service error by Tapia sends us to set point in set number 3. And can Mitch Gamit close this with an ace? No. UST with the set. Here comes Abellana, and Abellana gets that point off the block.
An off-speed shot from Abellana, actually tricking the blocker na akala niya malakas yung palo.
Yeah, that off-speed hit by Abellana, saving one set point for UST, but they still have 5 set points to work with. Talking about UST, can UST extend or CSB close? Pagkakataon ng UST to add point to their total, but the point will go to CSB, and that ends set number 3 with CSB. Despite that late set scare, they were able to survive with the scoreline CSB 25 and UST 19. This is the 2022 vleague Challenge Cup Women's Volleyball Tournament, and we will be back with more volleyball action. College of St. Benilde Lady Blazers taking set number 3 despite that early lead by the UST Golden Tigresses. They were able to turn the tide, so to speak, and take a 2-1 advantage against the UST Golden Tigresses. As we see our numbers for set number 3, Coach Mark, take us through this.
Yeah, CSB dominating the UST Lady Tigers with the attacks, and also in terms of opponents, UST is giving 8 points to the CSB Blazers. Nothing special on the blocking department, and then UST having 2 aces over CSB.
So it's a matter of just reducing errors etong parte rin ng CSB, but they had that late set scare from UST because they were up 21-11, and yet UST was able to trim that lead down, but they couldn't continue that momentum going. That's why CSB was able to eventually close that set number 3 and take a 2-1 advantage. So with that momentum going on for UST, Do you search that again? Do you look for answers again? Because they seem to have found the right formula. It's just that they could not continue in set number 3.
Yeah, tama ka na, Lawrence. And as I said kanina, na medyo dangerous yung ginagawa ng CSB, putting more confidence on the UST because they had a really good run in terms of their offense, kay putting people in front of the net, different variations of spike, na that can give them the UST a moral boost for this 4th set.
Yeah, let's see if that boost will propel UST into a win in set number 4, or will the CSB Lady Blazers close the match in 4? As we welcome you to the 4th set of game number 2 in our quadruple header for today in the 2022 vleague Challenge Cup. So Lance Fernandez here on the microphone together with Coach Mark Caron. We are your panel for game number 2 between UST and CSB. And nagpapalitan lang ng set so far, Coach Mark. CSB winning sets 1 and 3. UST taking set 2. So let's see if that trend continues, or will CSB end it in 4?
Yeah.
This time, Galdones with a serve. That's not a good start for the part of UST.
Yeah, an early mistake from the side of UST. Galdona putting that ball way too far on the sideline.
Yeah, they're still targeting that spot, but more often than not, they are failing to clip that line. Kaya naman ito si Micah Go serving for the Lady Blazers. Abellana with an attack, off the block, and good.
Okay, Abellana is being really hot on the offensive end right now. Okay, nakita mo nakakuha siya ng momentum on the 3rd set. Sana magpatuloy ngayong 4th set.
Yeah, siya yung pinaguhugutan ng lakas nga ng UST ngayon. Talking about Abellana. And here on the service line is Carvalho, the setter for the Golden Tigresses. Basarte this time, middle attack. But that was easily read by Pepito, the libero of UST. Basarte once more sends the ball to the wing to no-go. Pepito sends the ball over to Abellana. Abellana adjusting, and Abellana scoring.
Again, Abellana is putting fire on the side of UST, putting that ball long.
Si Abellana ang bumubuhat sa UST, coming from set number 3, wherein she was able to string some points, and now in set number 4, she already has 2 points across her name, and that block was successfully received by CSB to the UST side of things. We go, Abellana this time to no avail. Basarte sends the ball to Hentapa, soft tip, and Hentapa delivers.
Yeah, Hentapa varying that attack from a powerful hit to a drop ball, confusing the defense of UST.
Kaya naman walang nagawa yung depensa ng UST doon. They were expecting something else, and a different outcome happened. And that's why we are now tied at 2 apiece here in set number 4. Meanwhile, UST on the offensive combination attack.
Okay,
but that goes to CSB.
Okay, good intention, but we just wait wide for UST.
Yeah, maganda yung execution nila doon. Kaya lang yung end result hindi nila nakuha. They already had the combination play, but to no avail. And Apostol is still serving on the part of CSB. This time, Ecalia scores on that off-the-block hit.
Okay, good effort on Ecalia on that spike.
Mukhang may advantage ang UST on this zone number 4. Ika nga, they are having an advantage here in this spot. Dito sila nakakapunto. Si Abellana scored 2 points on that spot, and now Ecalia. There seems to be, they need to adjust their net defense as far as CSB is concerned. Meanwhile, back to live action. Pepito with a jump set. But the point still goes to UST.
Sayang yung opportunity na yun for CSB to score that point. Again, being disciplined in the blocking, medyo kinawit pa nila yung bola pa side.
Yeah, could it be like a case of giggle na rin kasi nakita nila, uy, free ball. But they were not able to maximize that opportunity. Kaya naman lamang ang Golden Tigresses here in set number 4. And here comes Abellana once again with her jump serve. And this time, she delivers an ace.
Yeah, really good serve on the part of Abellana. Again, continuing that service streak.
So itong si Abellana, when she's not scoring from the wing, She's delivering damage from the service line, and yet with another ace, itong si Abellana ng Golden Tigresses. Let's see if she can deliver one more ace because her service is difficult to read, but that time that was received by the Lady Blazers. Kaya lang the ball was not over on that attack by Katarig.
Okay, CSB has having problems with their attacking department. Medyo magulo yung setup ng setter as of the moment.
Yeah, and continuing the storyline since set number 1, parang palitan ng fortunes yung nangyari. Sets 1 and 3, CSB having the upper hand. Sets 2 and 4, early in the set 4 at least, itong UST is having the advantage, but that ball, that serve went out for Abellana.
Yeah. Again, sabi nga natin kanina, napagod siya ng konti.
Napagod na siya ng konti kasi nga hindi madali ang mag-jump serve. It takes a lot of muscle groups. It takes a lot of movement to be able to execute. Pero yun, another service error also. Speaking of services, para dito sa part ng CSB, itong si Katarig. Kaya naman ang ating talaan is UST 7, CSB 4. Mondoñedo comes in for CSB. And also Pascual, yung kanilang NCAA Finals MVP, talking about Jasmine Gale Pascual. They now check in for CSB. So ito na yung starting rotation ng Lady Blazers sa larong ito. But UST still has 3-point advantage. And Aimee Hernandez is now on the service line for the Golden Tigresses. Mondoñedo bump set, adjusting in mid-air, but that was received by the Golden Tigresses. Action continues. An easy over also for CSB. UST this time trying to capitalize, but that was well dug. Easy over by Gatigan. Carvalho back set, Galdones. And that's a point for CSB of that kill block.
Okay, good effort by the CSB's blockers. Okay. They were able to come up to that running attack of UST.
Yeah, they just did not give up on that play. That's why they were able to clip the ball and send it to UST zone 1. That's why they got a point and inch closer to UST. So it's now 7-5 still in favor of the Golden Tigresses. Samantala makakapuntos doon si Micah Go at same spot pa rin yung kanyang pinanggagalingan and same result for CSB.
Yeah, Micah Go towering over the defense of UST, sending it to that open spot on the floor.
Meanwhile, substitution for UST. Etong si Abu will replace team captain Casey Galdones because UST is sensing some trouble. CSB is catching up and CSB is only down by 1 point, 6-7 with Hentapa on the service line. Carvalho sends it to the back. And that's a point for CSB.
UST really needs to minimize all these mistakes kasi binibigyan nila ng chance makahabol at probably makalamang ang CSB.
Yeah, not just reception errors but also on the setting on the part of Carvalho. And she must do a better job to be able to execute better. And with 2 straight errors by UST, CSB has a 1-point advantage as we go to our first technical timeout in set 4, 8-7. Thank you very much for that courtside update, Megan Cabrera. Kanina, UST ang may kalamangan, and yet in the blink of an eye, Coach Mark, it's now CSB on the driver's seat. Ano yung nangyari as we go to our first technical timeout kanina?
Yeah, CSB is doing a better job organizing their defense. That's creating opportunity for them to score. On the UST side, minimizing errors. Okay, medyo madaming errors silang na-commit on that first 8 points of the match.
And yeah, that's a good point on the part of UST of that technical timeout. They get 1 point back as they trim the lead to 1. So it's a 1 point lead in favor of the Lady Blazers. And UST has served with Ikalia on deck to serve for the Golden Tigresses. And that's an ace for Ikalia. So nakatabla na yung UST of that missed reception by Gatigan, the libero of the Lady Blazers. An intense battle here in the fourth set. Nakahabol na po ang UST and we are tied at 9 apiece. Mondoñedo sets it to no avail. Will UST score? No. Mondoñedo once again. Back set. Pascual did not deliver. Mondoñedo giving chase this time to Micah Go. Soft tip. Wala pa rin. Jaws at the net. Won by UST.
Yeah, nagpapalitan lang ng atake and errors ang dalawang team natin ngayon.
Yeah, and as we go to sets like this, set 4, set 5, dyan na pumapasok, Coach Mark, yung conditioning ng player. As you hold that thought for a while and we see Carvalho limping, we will check or get an update on Carvalho's condition later. And as Carvalho checks out, itong si Kaasi goes in for the side of the Golden Tigresses. But UST still has a 1 point lead, 10 serving 9. But Micah Go with that attack, and Micah Go still delivering for CSB.
Yeah, Micah Go is powering through that block, creating that deflection of the hands of UST blockers.
Minsan diskarte na lang yung kailangan mo to score, and Micah Go showing that diskarte in that sequence. That's why it's 10 apiece, 10 for CSB, 10 for UST. Meanwhile, UST attacking and finding that zone 1 open.
Okay, Tapia's putting that really long shot down the line.
May variation din yung atake ni Tapia kanina. We saw her having that cross-court attack, and now hindi inaasahan sa kanya yung down the line hit na yon, and that's why she has been successful with her attack so far in this game.
Yeah, she's being really smart about her attacks as of the moment. Kanina, makita mo may power. Minsan, pag nakakita siya na sarado na, nilalagay lang niya sa mga open spaces on the floor.
This time, Abellana will try to put it on an open spot, but she was blocked at the net by Apostol and Mondoñedo.
And also miscommunication on the part of Kaasi and Abellana on who is to cover when you're getting blocked, when you get blocked.
And with that miscommunication, tabla ulit tayo at 11 in set number 4. CSB trying to win the set to close the game. UST trying to extend it. And that extension by Abellana in mid-air gives UST its 12 point in set number 4. 12 serving 11 with middle blocker Abu now on deck to serve for the Golden Tigresses. And that's an ace for Abu, the middle blocker of UST.
Medyo
go ahead.
hindi naka-adjust yung libero niya. But also that was a really good service on the side of Abu.
Yeah, just finding that gap and taking it to their advantage. Talking about Abu and the rest of the UST squad. This time, Mondoñedo to the middle. And this time, it's a block in favor of UST. And don't look now, UST now is at the driver's seat, just like that. UST is at 14, CSB is at 11, and CSB will take this time out, and we'll take a break and come back with more volleyball action.
Nakaintindi ka. Taas ng bola. Taas ng bola. Wala namang kwenta yung akin ko. Akin coach, akin coach, akin coach.
Nga maalala natin earlier in the game, CSB had the same huddle wherein Coach Jerry did not mention a lot of words, but CSB was able to respond. What were the key takeaways from that huddle that we listened to, Coach Mark?
Yeah, medyo bumabagal na yung reaction ng CSB. Sinasabi nga ni Coach Jerry na mataas yung bola. Okay, you have time to think, pero nagkaka-errors pa rin yung mga Lady Blazers, and he was pointing out na hindi wala nang magagawa kung ako. You need to do something about it.
And speaking of late reaction ng CSB doon, that's why Aimee Hernandez was able to score on that running attack from the middle. And UST is piling on to their lead. They are now up 15 while CSB is at 11. One point needed by UST to send us to our second technical timeout. Let's see if CSB can overhaul this deficit. Abeliana's attack to no avail. Mondoñedo sets up Apostol at the middle, pero nasalo ng UST ang bola. Back row attack for the Golden Tigresses, but the ball sailed out.
Okay, that was a good effort on the part of Tapia. It was just too powerful. Kaya medyo malayo. Saka masyadong nasa ilalim na siya ng bola.
Yeah, nasa ilalim ng bola. Kaya yung angle niya forced the ball to sail out. And that bailed out CSB in this juncture. Kaya naman Micah Go is serving 12, serving 15. CSB down 3. And an easy over free ball. And CSB will capitalize on that courtesy of Hintapa.
So ito na yung sinasabi natin kanina na nagpapalitan lang sila. Nagpapalitan ng atake, lalamang, napapalitan ng error, tapos sasarado kung magko-close yung lamang nila.
And this is a good response for CSB coming off that timeout ni Coach Jerry Yee. Kaya lang, wala na nakasalo ng second ball at that time. That's why Abeliana with that attack sends us to our second technical timeout, with the Golden Tigresses leading 16-13. And we will be back with more volleyball action live from the Paco Arena. This is the 2022 vleague, where it all started. So while UST is having a 3-point advantage after the second technical timeout, they will have to continue this game without one of their setters. Itong si Casey Carvalho, courtesy of an update from Megan Cabrera earlier. Casey Carvalho is out for the game due to an ankle injury. This is an unfortunate update on the side of UST, that Carvalho suffered this injury for the first time in her career, and yet she cannot continue to play against CSB anymore. And with ankle injuries, Coach Mark, how do you assess, or ano yung magiging timeline yan from injury to recovery?
Yeah, especially on her case, sinabi nga ni Megan na first time daw niya ma-ankle sprain. So it will depend pa rin on the assessment on how gaano kamaga and how painful it is. So you're looking at between a good a good recovery will be 5 days, a bad recovery will be 14 days. So we'll keep you updated on what will happen to Carvalho. But again, it was unfortunate na natapilok pa siya when she was backpedaling off from the net.
Yeah, and we hope for the best for Casey Carvalho that she will be able to heal quickly from that injury. But action continues, and UST is still up 4, 18 serving 14 here in set number 4 with Abellana waiting to execute her patented jump serve. Let's see if it'll do wonders. But that time she was dug, and that middle attack by CSB will give them an additional point.
Yeah, CSB is putting more pressure on the offensive side now with UST na kailangan nilang i-maintain. Hindi pwede, hindi na nila kayang i-afford na magkaroon pa ng mga maliliit na mistakes. And also on the attacking side, kailangan talaga nila magbigay ng pressure sa UST kasi malapit na tayo sa 20 points.
Yeah, they usually call that 20-point mark winning time. And let's see which of these two teams will win set number 4. But some substitutions on the part of CSB there as we check out this point first by Hernandez. So some substitutions on the part of CSB. Basarte checks in, and also si Katari bumalik na rin on the part of the Lady Blazers. And meanwhile, Aimee Hernandez on deck to serve for the Golden Tigresses. They are up 19-14 in set number 4. And they have maintained their momentum so far in set number 4. Let's see if they can continue it until the 25th point. But Kentapa off the block, delivering the goods for CSB.
Yeah, Kentapa putting more power on that spike, okay, deflecting the ball to on the hands of UST blockers.
Yeah, parang ever since we started, ganun yung laruan ni Kentapa, no, Coach? Parang hanap-hanap check ball lang at dun siya nakakapuntos. Not necessarily power, but she's just using the blockers to her advantage. Meanwhile, Tapia finding that empty zone 1 on the defense of CSB.
Yeah, Tapia putting variations on her spike. Okay, varying it between cross court to the open shot down the line, a long spike down the line.
Kaya naman nahihirapan itong CSB na basahin yung atake ni Tapia. Kaya lang no doubt there, that's a service error on the part of UST, and that's a free point for the Lady Blazers. And they are still within striking distance. This is 17 serving 20. CSB has served with Mitch Gamit on deck. Running attack for UST, but that was Doug. Basarte sends it to the open. And Micah Go sends another point CSB's way.
Yeah, UST really needs to put more work on that cross-court defense against CSB.
And that has been the bread and butter of Micah Go ever since the start of set number 4. Samantala, dahil dun sa mini rally ng CSB, UST presses for time. It's 20 UST, 18 CSB. We will be back with more volleyball action from the Paco Arena. UST maintaining a 2-point advantage late in set number 4. Pero itong CSB nangangalampag and trying to inch closer. Trying to win set number 4 and close this match. Meanwhile, UST would like to extend it to a 5th set in the second game of this quadruple header live from the Paco Arena. This is the opening day of the 2022 vleague Challenge Cup Women's Volleyball Tournament. Lawrence Fernandez on the mic together with Coach Mark Caron. And we have a close battle so far late in set 4, Coach Mark.
Yeah, that was a good timeout by Coach Kung Fu, creating that error. And another error.
And speaking of another error,
on the side of UCSB, illegal rotation.
So that's 2 consecutive errors on the part of the Lady Blazers. Kaya naman dumoble yung kalamangan nitong UST. 22 serving 18, and Tapia is still serving for the Golden Tigresses. She has been excellent so far in set number 4, variating her attacks. And that time her service went in and was received by CSB. But this time it's UST's turn to get a violation.
Yeah, net touch on the side of UST. Again, palitan lang. Nagpapalitan lang sila ng error. Nagpapalitan lang sila ng atake, which might turn out positive and negative between these two teams.
Yeah, especially now UST is just needing 3 points to win set 4 and force a set 5. They cannot afford any string of errors or a succession of errors so that they can save this game and send it to a rubber set or a rubber match. Meanwhile, action continues, and Micah Go with that tip delivers another point for CSB.
Micah Go being smart about that play, putting the ball down the middle.
Kanina, malakas yung palo niya cross court, and that time she was just able to tip it over the blockers, but still it delivered.
Yeah.
And that's why CSB is just down by 2 points, 22 serving 20 with Basarte on the line to serve. UST trying to attack. Kaya lang malakas yung palo na yun. Ball is out in favor of CSB, Coach Mark.
Yeah, again, exchanges of errors, exchanges of points. Again, very dangerous position that UST is putting themselves into.
Yan, nakakalampag na dito ang CSB. They are just down by 1. Kanina, 4 na puntos yan! And that's an ace!
And there you go. Now we are tied.
And now we are tied at 22 apiece here in set number 4. Tense moments here at the Paco Arena. CSB trying to close this game in 4. UST trying to send this game in 5. Sino ang mananaig sa set na ito? Basarte with that good serve. Abellana adjusting. No avail. Basarte bump set. Micah Go. No go. Another attack for UST. Abellana this time delivers.
Abellana powering through that spike against the tall CSB players.
Yeah, inanggulahan na ni Abellana doon, and she was able to get that point. Was able to land that ball inside the side of the court of CSB. Kaya itong si Abu is now serving for the Golden Tigresses rather, and they're up by 1. It's 23 serving 22. Basarte sends it to the middle. Soft tip, easily read by Tapia. Si Abellana ngayon ang aatake, but that was Doug. Basarte this time, back set! And Katarig scores on that back set from Basarte.
Good decision from the part of the setter, putting it behind.
At this moment, ang unang kumurap sa dalawang team na to ang siyang matatalo because we are now at 23 all. And Micah Go serving, the team captain of CSB. And that's a 1-2 play, but to no avail. Malakas yung play na yon for UST.
A costly mistake of Kaasi.
And with that error, we are now at set point, but let's try to listen in to Coach Kung Fu Reyes. The breaks of the game going CSB's way so far late in set number 4. That's why they are at match point 24-23. UST not far behind, so UST still has a chance to force a deuce. But Micah Go with a good set and running attack by Hernandez, but that was dug by Basarte. Getigan with the back set to Hentapa to no avail. UST has an opportunity to attack to no go, and that was dug. Basarte back set to Katarig. But that ball is wide.
That was too wide on the part of Katarig.
So that's a good intention for Katarig. Kaya lang, lumampas yung bola doon sa sideline ng UST. And we are at juice. An extended set, folks, between CSB and UST. hang into your seats. This will be a good one. Basarte, bump set to Hentapa. Hentapa is blocked, but CSB still has an opportunity. Katarig with a tip. UST giving chase, and Katarig scores on that soft tip.
Katarig seeing that open spot on the floor and then just tipping it over.
Yeah, diniskartehan lang ni Katarig yun. Hindi niya nilakasan yung palo. That's why UST was caught off guard. And again, CSB is at match point. And Apostol is on the service line for the Lady Blazers. But that's a good reception, a good set. And let's see if the attack is well, but no go. Basarte back set again to Katarig. To no go. Action continues. Confusion on the part of UST, but they were able to send the ball over. Basarte this time. And that's a good block on the part of UST.
Good effort on the part of UST blocking that point attempt from the CSB side. Yeah.
Hindi pa tayo tapos, Coach Mark. It's 25 CSB, 25 UST. At eto si Avellana nasa service line ngayon. She had success with some of her services earlier that led to aces. And let's see if she can convert her services into aces. But she was dug that time. Basarte with a good set and a good combination play. Gentapa with the score.
And Tapa using the hands of the, even though she was red, she was able to power through that spike.
Yeah, and that was a good recognition also on the part of Basarte and a good combination play on the part of the Lady Blazers. And again, another match point for CSB. Katarig on the service line, but that was well received. A back set for UST. But action still continues. Hernandez trying to power that through. And that's a block, and that game is over. And that block sends us into the end of our game and the end of our fourth set, with CSB edging the UST Golden Tigresses 27-25 in the fourth set. Wow, what a thrilling game that is, Coach Mark.
Yeah, that was a really good match. Both teams showing some effort on the defense and the offense.
Yeah, it was a seesaw battle, especially in set number 4, kung saan nagpalitan tayo ng kalamangan, but in the end, nanaig ang championship experience and composure ng CSB, and that's why they get their first win in the vleague 2022 Challenge Cup Women's Volleyball Tournament. Samantala, UST, you have to applaud their effort as well, Coach Mark.
Yeah, they had really good runs. They had really good effort in terms of defense and offense, which is not a bad thing. But again, experience-wise.
Yeah, and Megan Cabrera is now with our best player of the game.
Maraming salamat, Lawrence. Kasama ko nga ngayon, Micah Go, our best player of the game. Micah, it was such an extreme battle for you guys. Walang gusto bumigay until the end. So what can you say your team did right to come out with that win?
Well, of course, unang-una sa lahat, we're happy that we got this game, and yun naman talaga yung gusto namin na maglaro lang ng maayos as long as possible and walang sumuk. And yun na nga yung result ng effort namin. So, yun na.
Micah, during the second set, you were pretty down. Even your demeanor was down, and you are one of the people who really got the team back up together. So, kapag ganun ang mga situation natin, anong sinasabi mo usually sa kanila pag mga na-huddle? Especially since si Coach is really he gives you the freedom to also sort things out on your own.
Well, kasi pag ganun, pag down na kami lahat, normally yun ang nangyayari kasi sa mga team, takot na magkamali. So, lagi namin nire-remind sa sarili namin na wala namang mali magkamali as long as di pa tapos yung game. So, as long as di pa tapos yung game, tuloy pa rin kami mag-execute and mag-effort.
Okay, Micah, this is your chance to greet family, friends, and fans who may be watching you today.
So, hi to my family. Actually, alam ng family ko may game ngayon. So, hi to my parents na nasa Bugo, Cebu, sila Mayor, Carlos, Sir Sam. So, hello sa inyong lahat, and yun, happy Wednesday!
Thank you so much, Micah, and congratulations to you and your team. Back to you, Lawrence and Coach Mark.
Yeah, thank you very much, Megan Cabrera, with our best player of the game. And as we see the scoreline, CSB winning in 4 sets against UST. And in behalf of all the hardworking men and women of sport.